Today we are going to talk about finding the least common multiple from a set of monomials. We're going to use the abbreviation LCM, and that stands for least common multiple, and I'll be breaking that down for you. So first of all, I need you to follow along and take notes as you watch this video. You can hit pause at any time to copy the notes down. So first of all, let's look at some vocabulary words. A multiple of a number is the product of the number and any non-zero whole numbers. So an example of that would be, if I want to look at multiples of 6, for instance, multiples of 6 would be like 6 times 1, which is 6, 6 times 2, which is 12, 6 times 3, which is 18, and so on. Those are called multiples. Again, I'm multiplying that number times any non-zero number to get those. So 6 times 1 is 6, 6 times 2 is 12, and so on. Those are called multiples. I like to think of it as you're multiplying, so you're getting bigger. You're either getting that number or bigger than that number. Any multiple, when you have a set of numbers, any multiple that is shared by 2 or more of those numbers, that's called a common multiple. And when you're looking at the common multiples and you want to find the least one or the lowest one, that is called the least common multiple. So that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to look at numbers and look at their multiples and figure out what the least or the lowest one is that they have in common. And then we're going to look to see how do we do it with variables. All right, please turn to page 7 at the top. Here's an example. Listed on the top of your paper, there are multiples of 8 and multiples of 12. So here we have 8 times 1, 8 times 2, 8 times 3, 8 times 4, and so on. And the same thing with the numbers 12. 12 times 1, 12 times 2, 12 times 3, and so on. Highlighted in green there are the ones that they have in common. So they have 24 in common, 48 in common, 72 in common. What we're looking for is the least. So we want the L stands for least, the smallest one that they have in common. So that would be 24. So the least common multiple of 8 and 12 is 24. Now, some of you may say, well, I could probably do that in my head without writing it all out. And I get that, because what I do is I look at my two numbers, 8 and 12, and I look at which number is the biggest. So in this case, I'm looking at the 12th. And I start thinking in my mind, what are multiples of 12? So I know I have 12, 24. And once I find one that I know that 8 goes into, I know that will be the least common multiple. So if I know I have 12, 24, oh, 8 goes into 24, done. That's the least common multiple. So if you can do it that way in your head for numbers that are pretty simple like that, then please feel free to do it like that. Okay, let's do it again. So page 7 in the middle left, kind of middle upper left, let's look at the least common multiple of 6 and 10. So there's actually 3 different ways that you can do this. So method number 1 is what I've been showing you, listing the multiples. So if we list multiples of 6, we have 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, and so on. Multiples of 10, 10, 20, 30. So we're looking, okay, what do they have in common? The first one that I see in the list that they have in common is 30. So the least common multiple of 6 and 10 is 30. Again, maybe look at the biggest number and think, okay, what are multiples of 10? And let's stop when I find one that 6 goes into. 10, 20, 30, I stop right there. I know 6 goes into 30. That is the least common multiple. Page 7, middle right. Here's a second way that you could do it. We could actually write down the prime factorization of each number. So remember prime factorization, that's where you make your factor tree like this. 6 is 2 times 3, 10 is 2 times 5. So when I write down the prime factorization, I have 6 is 2 times 3, 10 is 2 times 5. The way that we find the least common multiple using the prime factorizations is we circle to see, okay, what do they have in common? And the common factors you use one time. So I see that they share a 2, I'm going to write down the 2. Then we use one of each of the other numbers. Or we use all the other numbers that we see. So we see a 3, we see a 5, I multiply 2 times 3 times 5, and that would give me 30. So that's using the prime factorization. Whichever method you like, you can use. So this is the second way. Again, with prime factorization, you circle what they have in common, you write that number down once, and then you write down every other number that's left that you didn't circle, and you multiply them together to get the least common multiple. So that's method number 2. Method number 3 is similar to the divide down, where you write down the two numbers and you divide out anything that you have. So between 6 and 10 we have a 2 in common. 6 divided by 2 is 3. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Remember, with greatest common factor, our answer was at number 2 on the outside. With least common multiple, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to think about making an L for least. So here we sort of have an L, and I just multiply all three of those numbers together. So I will take 2 times 3 times 5, and again I would get 30. Now both this divide down method and the previous method, this prime factorization, they do not work with 3 or more numbers. They only work with 2 numbers. So they're kind of nice little tricks, but really the best way to do it is just for you to list the multiples until you find one that they have in common, because these little tricks do not work with 3 or more. All right, so what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to practice these two problems here. This is the bottom of page 7, and I want you to hit pause and then hit continue when you're ready. I'll have the answers up on the screen and we'll see how you did, but give it a try first. All right, least common multiple is 16 and 24. I don't know how many of you like just listing the multiples, but you know that method will work all the time. So let's look at multiples. So multiples of 24, we start at 24 times 1 is 24. 24 times 2 is 48. 24 times 3 would give you 72. Now let's see if any of those 16 has in common. 16 times 1 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. 16 times 3 is 48. Right there, I found now my lowest one that they have in common. So that's the first method. The second method that you could have done, you could have used the divide down, because again, we have 2 or less, so we're good. So I could divide by, let's say I divide by 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 24 divided by 4 is 6. I could go again. I could divide by 2. This would give me a 2 and a 3. And now remember, the trick is you make an L out of all of these numbers on the outside, including the bottom for least common multiple, and you times all of them together. 4 times 2 times 2 times 3, and that would also give you 48. Now let's look at the second problem. Because there are 3 of them, we only have one choice in the method of finding the least common multiple, and that is just to list multiples of each. Now again, I'd like to just kind of show you my trick. Instead of just randomly writing down all the multiples and making these long lists, start with the largest one. That's my hint to you. Start with the very largest one. And let's look at multiples of them until we come upon one that we know 15 and 30 go into. So just have your calculator handy. So 50, let's see, does 30 go into it? Nope. So we got to keep going. Now we have 100. Does 30 or 15 go into 100? I know 30 does not. I have to keep going. Now I have 150. If I know 15 is going to go into that 10 times, and 30 is going to go into 150 5 times, so right now I found the answer. You could list all these and write them out if you would like, whatever makes the most sense to you. But you're going to have some lengthy lists here. Okay, this one you're going to keep going till you get to that. The 30 isn't quite as lengthy until you get to 150, but the 15 is. Okay, so I would kind of recommend maybe just taking the bigger one, looking at multiples of the bigger one until you know that the 2 others go into that. All right, so that was the practice problems at the bottom of page 7. Clear it out. Okay, now we've got to apply it to our algebra. We've got to apply it to our monomials and having some variables involved. So with variables, finding the least common multiple kind of works the same as that prime factorization method, where you use all the common factors once and then you use all of the other factors that you see. So let's apply that. If you would, this problem here is at the top of page 8. Let's look at this example. It says factor each monomial, line up the common factors. So first of all, let's do 9 and 18. And let's try our divide down method, because that one goes pretty quickly. Some of you may already know the answer. I'm sorry, I messed up. It's not 18, it's 15. I think I've done that quite a bit lately here. 9 and 15. So let's do the divide down method. I know 3 goes into both of them. 9 divided by 3 is 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 3 and 5 have nothing else in common. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to draw my L for least common multiple, and I'm going to multiply all three of those things together. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 5 is 45. So number-wise, my least common multiple is going to be 45. Now letter-wise, what we want to do is we want to expand it out and line them up. So xy squared is x times y times y. X squared y is x times x times y. So we circle what they have in common, and we write those down once. So I have an x, and I have a y. And then you write down one of each other thing that you see, or you write down every other thing that you see there that's not circled. I have another x and y that's not circled. So I have x times y times x times y, and my shortcut way of writing that is x squared y squared, because I have two x's and two y's. And again, numbers we figured out was 45. So the least common multiple is 45 x squared y squared. Now, this might be a little bit tricky. So I want you just to think about it. We're looking at the least of the common multiples, okay? So what you really want to do is you want to look at having one of every letter that you see and the highest exponent on every letter that you see. So I have x's and x squareds, I need an x squared, and I have y squared and y, and I need the y squared. So least common multiple is the opposite of the greatest common factor. Greatest common factor, we would take the lower exponent and use that. Our least common multiple, we're taking the highest exponent and using that. Again, you can use this method right here, this prime factorization method, where you circle the ones they have in common, you write them down just once, and then every other thing that you have left that you did not circle, you write them down, and then you combine them. And so we had a 45x squared y squared. All right, so practice these two problems here. These are on page 8 in the middle. Page 8 in the middle. Try them and then hit play when you've tried them and you're ready to get your answer checked. All right, well, let's see how that you did on page 8 in the middle. So I have all the work shown here. And the first one, the least common multiple of 15x squared and 27x. The first thing I did is I found the least common multiple of 15 and 27. Again, you can use any method. You can list all the multiples, or you can do the divide down. I did the divide down just to show you that because it's something new. So in the divide down of 15 and 27, I divided by 3. 3 went to 15 5 times, into 27 9 times. And then again, you multiply, you make the L for least common multiple, and you multiply the 3 together, and 3 times 5 times 9 is 135. Now letter-wise, what I did is I took x squared and made it x times x, and the x is just x. Circle what they have in common, you write that down once, and every other thing that you see, you write that down. So I have the x that they have in common, I wrote that down once. Then the other x I brought down, and x times x is x squared. The final answer is 135x squared. The last problem, I did the divide down method on 1421, and I took 7 times 2 times 3 to get 42 for my number. And then I wrote down the letters. So if you look at the AB, I wrote that down here, and the BC here, I wrote it down here at the bottom. I circled, they have a B in common, we write that down once, and the other letters that remain, we write them down along with it, we put them in order, and so the final answer is a 42 ABC. All right, if you still have time left and you want to get started on some of the practice problems, you can look at page 24 and maybe try some of the odd problems, and we'll be going over those together. That is the least common multiple. The least multiple, think multiple multiply getting bigger, that they have in common.